building race cars creates a lot of turds. So I don't know if you ever met Jaybird, but he can lay them down with the best of them.
We gotta get you a car.
Yeah, we need a car, yeah. That's service, baby. Lonnie brings it back.
Sorry. Guys gotta get there and take some money.
Lonnie's bringing our transmission back after we screwed everything up. He went through and double checked, made sure everything was good from what we did.
Where's Brad?
Brad. Apologize for that, and I know. So we got our new flywheel in here. The flex plate bolts that had backed off, when they backed off, it boogered the threads up a little bit. So I had to come in here and chase all the threads with the tap, but I was able to get them all cleaned up. And then I got a new flex plate, new ARP bolts, and Dave Hopper from Instant Karma gave me a new bottle of red Loctite, and I used it, a lot of it. So, those bolts are covered in red Loctite. And then Tony Bischoff said that we needed to torque them to 100. So I went to 100 and they all torqued down good. So hopefully these bad boys aren't coming loose for the rest of the season. And then I had to modify the flex plate a little bit because this converter has 6 bolt holes, and the holes didn't line up, so I had to slot 3 of them out to make the other 3 holes fixed. Now, yeah, before we only had 3 bolt holes in the converter. Now we'll have all 6.
Right.
So this is all fixed up and ready to go after some polishing and some tapping and all that. But I got it fixed up. I was happy I could fix it without pulling the motor out of the car.
Oh, so you just did it?
Yeah, I just did it right here on the lift.
Nice.
So I didn't want to take the motor out and take it all the way to Tony's, so I was like, I'm gonna try to fix it in the car.
Right.
So it worked out. And then the torque converter, when the flex plate bolts come loose, it actually, the bolts got into the back of the cover a little bit, and then the three bolts that were in the converter, it actually boogered those threads up also. So this converter is billet aluminum on the backside, but it's got metal threaded inserts in it. So I actually bought 3 new inserts, and I actually removed the bad inserts that had the boogered up threads and put 3 brand new inserts in there.
So it's like nothing.
So now it's got all brand new threads.
Nice.
Yep. And then last night I took this thing apart and just checked it over to make sure that, because everything kind of got bound up.
Yeah.
When the bolts come loose, everything was kind of flopping around and moving around, and I wanted to make sure that nothing got damaged inside of here. So that's the nice thing about the bolt together torque converters, is not only can you make changes to them, but you can also take them apart to service them or inspect them. So I was able to take it apart, and I did find a couple of little pieces of metal, but I was able to just clean it out, and nothing was broke or bent. Put it back together.
So the metal, it would have been from like the bolts? That it didn't do?
No, it wasn't from the bolts. It was actually from like where the input shaft that actually like contacted the cover from everything like moving around. Yep. And then we had Lonnie check out the transmission, because we wanted to make sure that we didn't have any issues with the transmission before we drive all the way to Oklahoma. Yeah. So Lonnie went through the transmission for us. So transmission's got a clean bill of health, converter's got a clean bill of health. Now I just got to put them all together.
And then
yeah.
you're gonna put all this back in later this afternoon?
Yeah, this afternoon or this evening I'll put this back together, and so hopefully Charlie will be back running and driving today.
And then we're on the road tomorrow.
Tomorrow we leave for Oklahoma.
Good thing that Jason was saying that they allow test pits in Oklahoma.
Yeah, so they actually have testing on Thursday, and then I'm not sure if if first round's on Friday, or
He said that they're doing like some like.
or if we're
shootout
going,
or
yeah, I think there's a shootout on Friday. So I don't think the actual race is till Saturday.
Yeah, but so we'll get a couple hits. before
Yeah,
the-
which would be good.
Yeah.
And then the other thing I got to do, I got to wire up after I get this all back together. I got to wire up the third kit. So the third nitrous kit, I haven't had time to wire it up yet.
So even at Bowling Green, it wasn't wired up?
No, we haven't
too?
used the third nitrous kit at all yet. Yeah.
They'll be ready.
Yeah. I got some other stuff I'd like to do, but I don't think I'm gonna have time.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna focus on this. It's always like one step forward, one step back.
There you go. That's how it goes, brother. That's how it goes.
Everything else looked good. Granted, the car doesn't have that many passes on it, but yeah, everything else looked good. So
Feel confident about Oklahoma with it?
I do. I mean, I wish we had a couple more passes on the car before heading out there.
Just
there's
overall without even the car?
yeah, just because there's going to be a lot of fast cars out there. So
A lot of different kinds of cars.
I'm confident that we can run with any of those guys. I just wish we had a couple more passes under our belt, you know. But I think with just the passes we made in Bowling Green, I think that we got a good something good to work with. I think there's a couple of them guys that are really fast that, you know, we're gonna need to go faster to beat them. So it would have been nice to do that, to like go to Edgewater and like lay down some really fast passes and be like, okay, I already got, you know, a tune for these guys. We don't have that yet, so we're kind of going to be guessing a little bit, and it sucks when you're in eliminations, because when I tune very conservatively, so like when I'm in eliminations, I don't like to turn it up because I want to make sure it goes down the racetrack every time. So
you almost can't do that.
So it's hard, you know, when you're racing a guy that you know is fast. You're like, well, I want to turn it up, but I don't want to spin, or, you know, because you see this all the time. Like every small tire race you go to, you'll see a slower guy race a faster guy, and the slower guy goes and he turns his car up higher than he's ever had it turned up before, and it doesn't even move off the starting line, and he just beat himself. You know, he didn't even have a shot at beating the faster guy because he didn't go A to B. You know what I mean? So if you go A to B, you still got a 50-50 shot of beating the other guy if he screws up. So if you go and you load a tune in there that you've never had in there before, and you got there and spin the tires, well, you just threw your chance of winning right out the window. So
you'll still take a more conservative?
Yeah, I'll stay very conservative. It's just it's an internal struggle of like, I want to turn it up, I want to go faster,
I want to go fast.
but yeah, hopefully Thursday we can get some really good data for Saturday. So hopefully Charlie goes faster than she's ever been.